Hello, everyone. My name's Jean McDonald, and today is Transition Tip Tuesday. And am a transitions coach. I help with people going through planned transitions as well as unexpected transitions. My tip today is similar to what I talked about in yesterday's email. I send out Monday emails every Monday with transition tips. And often the tips are different, but in this case I'm expanding on what I talked about yesterday, and that is mapping out the transitions you've already experienced in your life. An example is your transition, say high school graduation or leaving home for the first time, which may correspond with a high school graduation. Could be going to college, starting your first job, getting married, or first serious relationship, children, death of a friend, death of a parent. All these transitions occur in your life, no matter how long or short your life has been. Well, what I did, and I did this probably about maybe 15 years ago or so, I mapped out everything that happened to me that was a significant event, something that was memorable that affected my life. An example I gave in my email is when I was 13 years old, I was in a bicycle accident. First of all, I was showing off to a friend. I did a flip. My foot caught in the front pedal of the bicycle. It was an old banana seat bike with a pedal brakes. It didn't have the hand brakes. Tried to brake when I lost control of the bike. Threw my foot into the front pedal, and I was wearing my mom's tennis shoes, which were a little bit too big, which was good because the tip of the shoe caught into the front spokes, flipped me over the handlebars. I broke my front teeth, chipped a bone in my chin, and slid on that pavement for a good um, seemed like forever, but it was probably 4 or 5 feet. And I pick myself up. I'm bleeding. I run into the house. And the first thing my mom says is, "Oh my God, look at your teeth." At this time, I was already overweight. I was overweight a child. And she saw my teeth and she goes, "Oh my gosh, you're overweight. And now you broke your teeth. You're never going to be pretty." Well, that just devastated me. Here I have the trauma of the accident, and then this trauma of my mom's reaction to the accident. So when I recorded that event, I still get choked up when I think about that time. I recorded under a physical event because I had a physical accident. I still, I had to have my teeth worked on, which I had done in LA, painted by a Japanese artist. So I had really nice teeth done finally. But there was that emotional trauma of my mother not caring about my health, but caring about my the way I looked over the way um my that I could have broken something or whatever, that she was so superficial in her reaction. So I put that under emotional an emotional uh transition for me because it did affect me and my relationship to my mom. So anyway, I wanted to mention, I mentioned a little bit about this book, Transitions, and this is an older copy. Recently, I accidentally ordered myself a second copy because I didn't realize I had a copy already. So this is a newer copy. But this book has obviously been around for a while. But I found this section in the book that explains a little bit about the importance of mapping your transitions from the past in order to help you understand your current transition. And I'll just read straight from the book. One of the benefits of reviewing your experience of endings is to see how often they have cleared the ground for unexpected beginnings. But reviewing these elements in your past may also turn up a number of times when the ending did not provide a starting point, as well as times when you started a new journey without unpacking your baggage from the old one. Right now, At this new transition point in your life, remember some of these aborted transition points from your past. Poke around among them as you might explore an old house you once lived in. Some of these unfinished transitions might still be completed, and you would bring more energy and less anxiety to your present situation as a result. So, what William Bridges is saying is by reviewing how you've gone through transitions or major events in your life and seeing, like he said, usually he talks a lot with a transition, whether it's a planned or unexpected, that it really is an ending. You experience an ending, a loss. Then you experience a period where he calls it the wilderness, where you're trying to figure out what to do next. And then you go into your new beginning, your new life. We've experienced this a bit with COVID in that our world changed. We had the transition from so much freedom, so many hugs, to all of a sudden being very isolated. And so we lost a lot of our freedom. We lost physical contact. We we had that wilderness area where we were trying to figure out how to cope. Those of us that were introverts kind of liked, being alone and staying at home. The extroverts going crazy because they feed off of other people. And now we're coming to the other end of this transition, and being on the other end, it's like, how has your life changed? What did you learn through this transition? For myself, I learned that I do need more time and space alone, that I enjoy doing virtual teaching rather than in person teaching. So there's lots of layers to these transitions, but the important point is challenge yourself to map out your transitions from the past and see what you can learn from them in order to better approach and survive and be resilient in the tough transitions you'll face in the future. So that's it for today. Thank you for listening. My name's Jean McDonald. Go to jeanmcdonald.com to sign up for my Monday emails. And also, we've got the caregiver support group happening at the Port Angeles Senior Center. I had to miss last week because I actually had to be a caregiver and take my brother to his appointments. But our next caregiver support group will be on October 21st from 11 to 12 p.m. And you can sign up from my website if you want to attend virtually, or you can show up at the Port Angeles Senior Center in person. So, anyway, that's it. Thank you so much. Bye for now.